Guys, I'm so sorry I hit the wrong button. I accidentally stopped recording, so now this is going to have to be a two-part thing, because I really don't feel like going back and talking, excuse me, talking all this stuff all over again. I'm such a fuck-up. But, anyways, we're talking about Bellator 131, amazing card, headlined by Tito Ortiz and Stephan Bonner. Amazing feud. Everything from the stage set with the Titantrons and everything, to the fighters on the card, to the outcomes of the match were just awesome. The one thing I did not like was the whole Michael Chandler thing, because that was controversial. Basically, they were grappling Mike and Will Brooks, and they were grappling. Mike got hit in the head, and he stands up and waves his arm out, kind of like, "Yo, what's going on?" And Will comes, beats the crap out of him, and the match stops with Will Brooks being declared your winner. Now, I don't know what was going on, man. What's believed to have happened, at first I thought, something happened, and he was just like, "Yo, ref, you're not gonna call that." But apparently, if you were in the ring, you could tell that he was just disoriented. He wasn't, "Yo, what's going on? Yo, what happened?" He was disoriented. He didn't know where he was because of the impact of the punch. So Will went and finished him off. In that case, that's perfectly fine, and especially after the fight, Michael Chandler didn't recall even getting up and waving his hands around, trying to see what was going on. He didn't even recall that. So, that was kind of weird, but, and I feel bad for Chandler, man. I mean, Chandler was champion, undefeated, gets beat by, Eddie Alvarez for the championship. Eddie Alvarez is hurt, so he faces Will Brooks for the interim title. Michael Chandler loses again. Now, finally, Michael Chandler gets one last chance at once again winning the world title and resurrecting, all that kind of stuff with that one loss, resurrecting it, ending it, putting it out of people's minds, because Eddie Alvarez isn't going to be back for a while, so this was to turn the interim title into the world title, the official title, and Michael Chandler lost again in such a controversial, weird fashion. If you're Michael, what next? You are high. You were the best. You were on cloud 9 in Bellator. You were undefeated for the world title, and then you get beat for the world title, beat for the interim title, and then beat for the world title again when the interim title was being turned into the world title. It's gotta hurt. It's also gotta hurt for Stephan Bonner too, man. Talking all that trash and stuff, getting under Tito's skin, getting guys, old sparring partners of Tito to come forth and say, "Hey, yeah, this is what's wrong with Tito, this is what's wrong with his family, this is what's wrong with his career," all this personal stuff, and finally get his ass kicked. The thing that actually upsets me about the fans was that Tito was, they kept on saying, "Oh, Tito looked out of shape, Tito looked slow." Who cares? He won the fight. I was actually expecting more aggression out of Tito. More stupid aggression. Because Tito was freaking angry before going into this fight with all the crap Stephan Bonner said. He was freaking angry. Even in between matches, in between rounds, he'd push Stephan Bonner, kind of get in his face. Just turning it into a, showing how personal this has been made. And, he wasn't really stupid, aggressive. That's a good thing for Tito. I was like, wow, watch. He's going to rush Stephan Bonner and get caught rushing him. And all that anger is going to mean absolutely nothing when he's knocked out. It's not the case. In fact, Tito wants to go for round 2, man. Tito, after the fight, said, "Stephan, If you want to go again, I'll go again. You name the time and the place. And Stephen Bonner said, sure. You're also invited to my barbecue after this, when we go home. You can come, we could have some burgers and stuff. Of course, Tito didn't really like that much, but oh well. And King Mo, my boy, also won, so I'm very happy about that. But yeah, those were really like the three main fights I was focusing on. The Michael Chandler-Will Brooks fight. I had Michael Chandler in that. I was thinking that, he was going to come back hard and hungry and resurrect himself, but that wasn't the case. Unfortunately, I've kind of lost my faith in Michael Chandler, and hopefully that motivates him to prove me wrong. And I kind of hope he proves me wrong, but I can't really put money on him anymore, you know what I'm saying? I was thinking Tito was going to win too. Tito won. I was thinking King Mo was going to win. King Mo won. So much respect too. How'd it happen? I think I can't remember the exact situation off the top of my head, but King Mo had his opponent, I can't remember his name either. He had him down and knocked him out, I believe. And, they were talking crap too to each other. Oh, I'm gonna take the king's crown. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna knock out King Mo. There was a lot of back and forth too. So that fight was somewhat personal as well. But after the fight, after the knockout, King Mo went, asked his opponent, "Yo, are you okay? Or are you this? Are you that?" So that really helped gain more respect for King Mo. Being kind like that after that big old knockout. So yeah, that was Bellator 131. The numbers, though, say everything. Ratings. It was very highly rated, and it had 2 million viewers. That's the most Bellator has ever gotten, and that's the most views on a mixed martial arts program in 2014. Beating out UFC, the leader, the founder of the sport. That's big for Bellator. Are you kidding me? That's freaking gigantic. More views than UFC 180. More views than any MMA show in 2014. And better ratings than UFC 180. Holy crap. That's crazy, man. But UFC 180, I didn't personally watch it. I heard something that was pretty freaking hilarious, that this one girl got punched in the ear and half her ear fell off. That's crazy. The thing that I find hilarious, though, is Mick Foley went and tweeted her and said, "Trust me, it only gets better from here on out." Mick Foley. That made my day. Alright, so that has been the Nicky Vale YouTube podcast. Hopefully, Saturday I'm going to record a podcast with Michael Dingle and Novocaine, TRW wrestlers, EBSC MMA fighters, football players, part of the board of board of directors for Nicky Vale Productions in general. Very great guys. We're going to talk things like football. We are going to talk about the day we met. We are going to talk about so much. We're basically just going to bullshit around. So, if you like hearing guys bullshit around and joke and just be hilarious, like the Three Stooges, this is going to be the podcast for you. And that'll be uploaded Thursday, if it does happen. I cannot promise you that. If it doesn't, though, we were going to talk about ISIS. If it does, we're going to save ISIS for the week after. So, hopefully y'all tune in. Thank you all for watching. This has been the Nicky Vale YouTube podcast. How'd you like my little song there? Shout at the devil. Shout at the devil. Shout at the devil. Yeah, I've been downloading a lot of rock and roll music lately, as you can tell. Downloaded the likes of Twisted Sister, Motley Crue, AC/DC, you know, the good shit, the classic shit. I don't know, man. Peace, love, hugs. Don't forget that, I don't know, I was gonna try to make a Shout Out the Devil reference or something out of Deuces.